I stated in my last video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A, and I actually have all of my questions written down right here. And if I don't get to everyone's question, I'll do another one. Yeah. So I'm going to get right into that video. Okay, so I'm going to get into some of the questions that I was asked, and then I have a couple more questions towards the end that a close personal friend asked me. The first question is my favorite movie genre and my favorite movie. So my favorite movie genre is anything fantasy. I also, my favorite movie is actually the whole Harry Potter franchise. I'm a big Harry Potter nerd. I have a tattoo of something from Harry Potter on my arm. And the second question is my favorite music and my favorite song. So my favorite music is alternative music. I really enjoy listening to alternative music. My favorite song has to be I Write Sins Not Tragedies from Panic at the Disco. Really any song from Panic at the Disco is one of my favorites. I also am a big fan of, I'm a total girl, I know, I'm, like, this is funny. I'm also a really big fan of 5 Seconds of Summer. I love them, and I've liked them since I was a teenager. I love a lot of their new stuff, but yeah, those are a couple of my favorite bands and a couple of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs from 5 Seconds of Summer is Voodoo Doll, or it has to be Valentine, which is from their new album. Yeah, so those are a couple of my favorite bands, a couple of my favorite songs. The third question is, do I have any New Year's resolutions? I don't have a whole lot of New Year's resolutions. My New Year's resolution for right now would be losing weight, feeling better about myself, being able to graduate from beauty school, kind of the whole shebang, you know. The fourth question is, where do I see myself in 5 years? I kind of see myself in 5 years hopefully opening up a salon, or, you know, maybe working in a really nice salon. Yeah, and hopefully, you know, having a boyfriend, or, you know, anything like that. Sorry, there's a car driving by. The fifth question is, if I had to choose Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, which one? I love Starbucks. I'm a big Starbucks fanatic. They're one of my favorites. I'm not really too big on Dunkin' Donuts because their coffee's just not all that great. They have one really good one. It's a frozen mocha. It's delicious. But I'm definitely a big Starbucks fan. My typical Starbucks order is usually like a caramel iced coffee with extra caramel drizzle. I love it. It's really good. You guys should try it. And the sixth one is, what are your goals? My goals are pretty much what I stated before. Like the question that was, where do I see myself in 5 years? It's kind of the same thing. What are my ambitions? Kind of the same thing. Just really wanting to succeed, being able to open up a business eventually, or working at a nice business as a stylist. Again, another question, where do I see myself in a few years? Same thing that I just stated. What are my goals for YouTube? That's a good question. My goals for YouTube are pretty much just putting out good content, making sure that, you know, I do what you guys want, and that, you know, I'm putting out the right kind of content for my channel. yeah, kind of just really wanting to do a lot of kind of subscriber-based content, being able to really just do what you guys want. Yeah, that's about it. What kind of audience are you targeting for YouTube? The audience that I'm really targeting for YouTube is more young adults, because my channel does cover more sensitive topics about, you know, relationships that can become toxic, or, you know, different things like that. And it's really not meant for kids, but if kids stumble across it, it's one of those things where it's we can't help it. But yeah, it's more, I'm more targeted towards, like, teenagers and young adults, pretty much. The next question is, do I game? I do game. I dabble in some games. I do have a South Park game. I have 2. Yeah. I do game. And would I be down to play a game online? I would be down to play a game online. I have to get my PlayStation Plus back up so I can actually game online, so I can find some games to play online. Yeah. My biggest pet peeve. That's a good one. My biggest pet peeve would have to be lying or being dishonest. I don't like dishonesty, and I don't like lying. It's one of those things where it just really upsets me, especially when it's a relationship or a friendship and this person is lying to you clearly and being dishonest and just not saying what's on their mind. I don't like dishonesty, and I hate lying. Yeah, that's my biggest pet peeve. My favorite thing to do to pass the time. I really do like doing hair, so I'm at school most of the time, so I really have working on clients and cutting hair and dyeing hair and all kinds of stuff. That's what I usually do to pass the time. Favorite food. I have kind of a different assortment of favorite foods. Not really any specific one. I really like chicken though. I'm a big fan of chicken. I like pizza. I like kind of a different assortment of stuff. Do I dream of ever visiting a specific place? Yes. I do want to visit where my ancestors come from, where my great-grandmother comes from. I'm Scottish, so I really do want to visit Scotland one of these days. Hopefully sometime in the future. Have I ever been outside of the state or country? I have not. I have never been outside the state where I live. I have not been outside of the United States ever. But again, like I said before, I do want to go visit Scotland sometimes, or sometime. My favorite color, car, and favorite place. My favorite color is blue. I love the color blue, hence the blue eyeshadow. My favorite car has to be a Range Rover. I love Range Rovers. I think they're the nicest cars. My favorite place has to be Disneyland, because my family is a big fan of Disneyland, and I've gone there ever since I was little. And I do have a vlog on my channel from a couple of years ago when I went to Disneyland with my best friend at the time and my parents. So yeah. And then this last question is really funny, and it comes from my cousin, who's also a YouTuber. He asks, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? To answer that question, I think about 50 would be a reasonable amount for a woodchuck to chuck. That is the most ridiculous question on this list. But it's pretty funny. I think it's really funny. And then I have a close personal friend who also wants to know, am I in a relationship? I am not. She also asks, what made me want to go to beauty school? What made me want to go to beauty school is that I really enjoy doing makeup, I enjoy doing hair, I enjoy doing a lot of that stuff. I enjoy making people feel better about themselves. She also wants to know what happened to one of her old personal friends that I don't hang out with anymore. Him and I just had a falling out, and we just never reconciled. So I don't really talk to him anymore. So if that's what you're wondering, I don't speak to him anymore, and that's about it. And that's really all of the questions that I have. I wish this video was a little longer, but I only had about 20 or so questions that I had. The 19 on here, and then the couple that I answered, so that's about 21 questions. I don't really know what else to do. I can kind of answer like how old I am. I am 21. I am not going to state where I live because that's personal. And I really don't have that many more questions to answer. So again, I'm sorry that this video was so short. I only had a minimum amount of questions, and a lot of them came from YouTube. A lot of them, some of them came from Instagram. I didn't really get any on Twitter or anything like that. But if you guys haven't already, please click subscribe, and please give this video a thumbs up, so that way I have some new friends. And definitely click the notification bell so you guys know when I make new content. And so that way you guys get notified when it goes up every time I make a new video. And yeah, so I will see you guys later. And I am gonna go and make some new friends. Bye guys.